time I got kidnapped in Lagos during Detty December. Yes. Yes.
I no go feed the guys out though. My mind that you be talk. I put my life into my job and I know I'm in trouble. She manipulate my love. I know holy and I know that get both. Like the Baba Frayo. Don't cry yo.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite girl Zara and Dada, and I am back again with a brand new video. This is our first video of 2023, yes. And today's video is going to be a story time about the time I got kidnapped in Lagos during Detty December. Yes. Yes, today's video was sponsored by Alipearl hair. They sent me this amazing hair that I have on right now. This blonde ambition, this black Barbie doll look. This is the perfect shade of blonde for me. Like, this is the perfect shade of blonde. Like, and every other blonde is mid. This one, like, this hair has gotten me so much attention, so much love. Like, when I tell you, when I step out in this hair, it's all eyes on me, baby. I'm even going out right now, so you know what's up. Like, this hair is a showstopper, like bombshell. And I think it's one of the popular hair because I've been seeing a lot of influencers promoting this hair. So yeah, you know, I'm always gonna get you guys right. I'm gonna put all the links in the description box below. But I've had this hair now for almost 5-6 months because I want to give myself time to wear the hair and see how good it wears. And baby, let me tell you, this hair wears good. Without further ado, let's get down to the video. So starting off with a beautiful face. Okay, my skin, I know, is not the best right now because Nigeria just did the worst to it, but this is the hair in all its beautiful glory. Now we're gonna start with the story time. So on one fateful Sunday, my friends and I decided to go to Zaza. If you don't know, Zaza is like this new restaurant meets lounge. LA meets like Ibiza. Like, it's really, really nice and it's such a vibe. People call it like the place where you go to model and find rich boyfriends. But anyway, my friends and I decided to go there for like a girls' night. It was my friend's birthday the night before, so we just wanted to continue the celebration. So since I'm always the designated driver, I was tasked with the responsibility of driving myself and my friends to the location and bringing us back safely, which I've done most of the time quite successfully. So on our way to Zaza, my friend had looked out the window and she'd seen some elevated G-Wagon. I mean, by elevated, I mean this was a normal G-Wagon with monster wheels on it. Like, you know, those big ass monster truck wheels. So that was what made it so high. It looked like a huge truck. So this person obviously wanted to get all the attention they could. So my friend had pointed that out and we all turned to look like, okay, but we just rolled our eyes because this is Lagos. Everybody's always trying to outdo each other and be the baddest bitch in the room, but it is what it is. So we got into Zaza. At first we didn't have a table, but because we was bad bitches, okay, 6 bad bitches in a room, they found us a table and our drinks were sorted, period. We wanted to eat, but we had come too late, so the kitchen was already closed. So as we got sat and everything, who did we see when we turned to our right? But the people in the G-Wagon. So we only seen the one guy, but apparently it was a whole pack of like 6 to 7 guys, and they'd come, one in a G-Wagon and one in the other and an Escalade. We didn't know this till later, but this is important to know. Side note, but can we see how beautifully this hair straightens? It literally straightens like a dream. Like, I don't even have to do too many passes and it's like bone straight and it stays straight for ages. It's amazing. So initially, when we had gotten to our seat and were sat at a table, we had noticed that some girls had started coming to those guys' tables, like, let's say like 10 minutes after we got sat down. So we're like, well, that's too bad, like, because these guys already have some girls, whatever. Can I tell you that after 10 minutes, all the girls had left. These guys had told them to go. We talk about how good Eben is because my wig, it do not move her. So after the girls left was the opportunity the guys needed to come talk to us. So they came to our table and like, what are you guys doing after? We're trying to go to DNA. Now DNA is like a very hot club. The Red Room in DNA, that's a baller. It's a big baller. So we're like, you know what? We don't have anything planned. I asked the girls, are you guys down? They're like, yeah. I had to add that they got us a bottle because you can't just come and tell us to come somewhere. You don't get us a bottle. So we headed off to DNA. This is me living my best life because why not? So on getting to DNA, we're kind of irritated because we had to wait 5 minutes for them to show up at the door, even though they said it was already there. So anyway, we get in and honestly, the vibe was not 100%. Like, it was just kind of, and the guy was doing too much and it was a whole bunch of guys. So there was one guy doing the most because I think he's the guy that like they used to get all the girls, and then all the other guys were just kind of looking at us like piece of meat. So thankfully we knew somebody else at DNA, so half of us decided to go there because they really was not feeling the guy's vibes, and the other half of us decided to stay here so we don't all just troop over to the other guy's place. We were in red room that's usually packed and full of people, so we can't all just troop along to one person's table. That table could be packed as well, right? There's a method to these things in Lagos, so you just have to be about it. It was getting late and we decided to go to the other girls' table to pick them up and let them know that we're about to head out because it was already 4 a.m. Oh, I'm so cute now. So we went to the other girls' table and it was really fun, so we decided to stay for a little bit and then just like start heading out. It was 4 a.m. so it was time for us to leave. So 2 of the girls decided to stay back because we were having a lot of fun, so 4 of us decided to go. So on the way downstairs we collided with the guys we had left at the booth, and they were like, oh my god, you guys just left us, that was kind of messed up, and they were looking for us. So we're just like, sorry, we had to go get our friends because we wanted to go home. But the thing is, we were still there for 30 minutes, so they thought we'd have left. So they're like, wow, so you're still here. But anyways, what are you guys doing after? We're like, no, we're going home. But my friend had said that she wanted to go eat. So I told him, I was like, yo, we just wanted to go to Prime Chinese. Prime Chinese is this Chinese restaurant that's always open 24/7. So a lot of people that go to the clubs end up going there. So my friend had said she was hungry, and I was like, you know what? There's Prime Chinese and we can go there. So when the guys had asked us, we're like, yo, we're just gonna go eat and we're gonna go. So the guys were like, well, how about we could take you guys there, get you guys some food, and you guys can go on your way. And the thing is, we plan to go by ourselves anyway. We're gonna pay it anyways, but it is what it is. This is Lagos. I was just like, I don't know. How do you guys feel? I asked my friends, and they're like, yeah, the one friend that was hungry was like, I have to go. I'm really hungry. I want to eat. But this friend had something to do at 9 a.m. So she was like, yo, we can just eat and go. I was like, okay, fine. Then I wanted to drive because remember, I drove us there. But the guys were like, yo, it's not a big deal. We have a big car. We have an Escalade, and we have the G-Wagon. So we can just all go there together, and then we can drive you guys back just so that we're sure that you have food in you before you drive, with alcohol. So I asked my friends, I was like, yeah, sure, y'all want to do this? Y'all good in front of everybody? And they were like, yeah, let's go. So 2 of my friends went to the Escalade, and me and the friend that had something to do the next day went into the G-Wagon. Now, bear in mind, we ain't never seen these niggas a day in our life. We'd never met these people before. We were really just going by faith because, Lagos, Detty December, let's live our best life. That was a really bad decision on our part, and we should never have done that. So we entered into these people's car. It was fine. The one guy that was in the G-Wagon, that was a guy we'd seen initially when we were coming. He was doing the most. I didn't know if he thought he was Davido or Wizkid or something. He went to the moon roof and was throwing money at the locals. Like, people were following the car, chasing the car. It was a lot. I'm telling you, if I have some footage, I'll try to insert it.
And you can't dig back in your past because you got time you lost. And make that time up for your kid because time.
So I now realized that we were going past the place for Prime Chinese. I looked at my friend, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Then we passed Prime Chinese. I said, okay. And I asked homeboy, I said, hey, we just passed Prime Chinese. Like, did you miss the road? Like, it was the other way. He was like, oh, we have Prime Chinese at home. I said, hey, Jesus Christ, I don't enter one chance. My friend was like, excuse me, what? Hey. Then my other friend started texting me like, yo, we just passed Prime Chinese. I was like, hey, what do you mean by we have Prime Chinese at home? He was like, I have a chef. The chef can cook anything we want. I was like, no, I think he thinks Prime Chinese was like a meal. So he called the chef in front of us. I was like, hey, Mr. Lukman or whatever, like, can you make Prime Chinese? Mr. Lukman was like, oh God, we only get rice and chicken and plantain. We don't get any Prime Chinese. Girl, I was stressed. Then we kept on going. We went past Victoria Island, went past Lekki Phase 1, now went past Lekki Phase 2. I said, Jesus Christ. On the way, our car got stopped because it was the middle of a fuel scarcity, so there was no petrol. And we had to get petrol from the locals. Girl, this was so scary. My friend was freaking out. The ones in Escalade were freaking out. They even told me, they told the guys if they can stop on the road and meet us wherever we were so we can leave together. But I was like, if I don't handle this properly, we could be in a real situation. We ended up going to VGC. VGC was a long shot from where we were. Like, it was a long ways away. At this point, I didn't know whether to become a freak out, but I knew that the way I handled the situation would really put us in either in danger or would get us back home safe. And everybody was freaking out. I couldn't freak out as well. So as I came down, I was like, hey, can you just take us back, please? He was like, well, you could see that there was no gas in the car, so there's no gas to take you guys back. Then I realized that the person that owned the house we were in, the person that actually funded the whole thing, was one quiet nigga that hadn't said a word the whole night. The nigga that was doing the most was just the runner boy, was just the, the front man that is like the one that brings the bitches but doesn't have the money. You know them ones? I was like, oh my God. When we got into his house, there was a big ass statue of him in there. So this guy comes out and they're sat by the patio and they're looking at us like we're not all freaking out begging them to leave. They were just like, hey, sorry, there's nothing we can do. What we want to hear from you guys is how much. We're like, how much what? They were like, how much for the night? I'm like, it's morning. At this point, it was 7 a.m. We're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, can we leave? So the main guy goes into the pool and comes out and starts to do push-ups randomly. I don't know if they were on something, but everybody was so relaxed while we were trying to figure out how to go. I went to go and ask the front runner guy, and he was like, yo, he would like us to go, but it's up to the other guys because they're the ones that call the shots. And now I decided to do something crazy. I started screaming. I started yelling. I was like, they want to kidnap us, so they want to kidnap us. Oh, and in Nigeria, they don't take kidnapping threats lightly. Jungle justice is a thing in Nigeria, and those guys knew that they did not want to be on that side of the law. That's how these guys just said, please bundle these girls inside the car and take them back. We ended up getting back home at 9 a.m. So tired and so scared and shaken, but we're just grateful that we got back home alive and safe. So we've come to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the transformation. I look like a whole snack, and I hope you guys also learned a thing or two not to enter into strangers' cars. Special thanks to our sponsors, Alipearl hair. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.